Sahih al-Bukhari drinks. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Ibn Umar. Allah's Messenger said, "Whoever drinks alcoholic drinks in the world and does not repent, before dying, will be deprived of it in the hereafter." Sahih al-Bukhari 5575 Reference 74 Hadith 1. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Abu Huraira. On the night Allah's Messenger was taken on a night journey. Miraj, 2 cups, one containing wine and the other milk, were presented to him at Jerusalem. He looked at it and took the cup of milk. Gabriel said, "Praise be to Allah who guided you to al-Fitra, the right path. If you had taken the cup of wine, your nation would have gone astray." Sahih al-Bukhari 5576 Reference 74 Hadith 2. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Anas. I heard from Allah's Messenger a narration which none other than I will narrate to you. The Prophet said, "From among the portents of the hour are the following. General ignorance, in religious affairs, will prevail, religious knowledge will decrease, illegal sexual intercourse will prevail, alcoholic drinks will be drunk in abundance, men will decrease and women will increase so much so that for every 50 women there will be one man to look after them." Sahih al-Bukhari 5577 Reference 74 Hadith 3. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Abu Huraira. The Prophet said, "An adulterer, at the time he is committing illegal sexual intercourse, is not a believer, and a person, at the time of drinking an alcoholic drink, is not a believer, and a thief, at the time of stealing, is not a believer." Ibn Shihab said, Abdul Malik bin Abi Bakr bin Abdur Rahman bin al-Harith bin Hisham told me that Abu Bakr used to narrate that narration to him on the authority of Abu Huraira. He used to add that Abu Bakr used to mention, besides the above cases, and he who robs, takes illegally something by force, while the people are looking at him, is not a believer at the time he is robbing, taking. Sahih al-Bukhari 5578 Reference 74 Hadith 4. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Ibn Umar. Alcoholic drinks were prohibited, by Allah, when there was nothing of it, special kind of wine, in Medina. Sahih al-Bukhari 5579 Reference 74 Hadith 5. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Anas. Alcoholic drinks were prohibited at the time. We could rarely find wine made from grapes in Medina, for most of our liquors were made from unripe and ripe dates. Sahih al-Bukhari 5580 Reference 74 Hadith 6. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Ibn Umar. Umar stood up on the pulpit and said, "Now then, prohibition of alcoholic drinks have been revealed, and these drinks are prepared from 5 things, that is, grapes, dates, honey, wheat or barley, and an alcoholic drink is that disturbs the mind." Sahih al-Bukhari 5581 Reference 74 Hadith 7. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Anas bin Malik. I was serving Abu Ubaidah, Abu Talha and Ubay bin Ka'bi with a drink prepared from ripe and unripe dates. Then somebody came to them and said, "Alcoholic drinks have been prohibited." On hearing that, Abu Talha said, "Get up, O Anas, and pour, throw it out." So I poured, threw it out. Sahih al-Bukhari 5582 Reference 74 Hadith 8. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Anas. While I was waiting on my uncles and serving them with wine prepared from dates, and I was the youngest of them, it was said, "Alcoholic drinks have been prohibited." So they said to me, "Throw it away." So I threw it away. Sahih al-Bukhari 5583 reference 74 Hadith 9. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Anas bin Malik. Alcoholic drinks were prohibited. At that time these drinks used to be prepared from unripe and ripe dates. Sahih al-Bukhari 5584 reference 74 Hadith 10. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Aisha. Allah's Messenger was asked about al-bit. He said, all drinks that intoxicate are unlawful to drink. Sahih al-Bukhari 5585 reference 74 Hadith 11. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Aisha. Allah's Messenger was asked about al-bit, a liquor prepared from honey which the Yemenites used to drink. Allah's Messenger said, all drinks that intoxicate are unlawful to drink. Sahih al-Bukhari 5586 reference 74 Hadith 12. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks Anas bin Malik said, Allah's Messenger said, do not make drinks in ad-duba nor in al-muzafat. Abu Huraira used to add to them al-hantam and a nakir. Sahih al-Bukhari 5587 reference 74 Hadith 13. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Ibn Umar. Umar delivered a sermon on the pulpit of Allah's Messenger, saying, alcoholic drinks were prohibited by divine order, and these drinks used to be prepared from 5 things, that is, grapes, dates, wheat, barley and honey. Alcoholic drink is that disturbs the mind. Umar added, I wish Allah's apostle had not left us before he had given us definite verdicts concerning 3 matters, that is, how much a grandfather may inherit of his grandson, the inheritance of al-kalala, the deceased person among whose heirs there is no father or son, and various types of riba. 1. Usury. Sahih al-Bukhari 5588 reference 74 Hadith 14. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Umar. Alcoholic drinks are prepared from 5 things, that is, raisins, dates, wheat, barley and honey. Sahih al-Bukhari 5589 reference 74 Hadith 15. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Abu Amir or Abu Malik al-Ashari. That he heard the Prophet saying, from among my followers there will be some people who will consider illegal sexual intercourse, the wearing of silk, the drinking of alcoholic drinks and the use of musical instruments, as lawful. And there will be some people who will stay near the side of a mountain, and in the evening their shepherd will come to them with their sheep and ask them for something, but they will say to him, return to us tomorrow. Allah will destroy them during the night and will let the mountain fall on them, and he will transform the rest of them into monkeys and pigs, and they will remain so till the day of resurrection. Sahih al-Bukhari 5590 reference 74 Hadith 16. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Saul. Abu Usaid as-Sa'idi came and invited Allah's Messenger on the occasion of his wedding. His wife, who was the bride, was serving them. Do you know what drink she prepared for Allah's Messenger? She had soaked some dates in water in a tur overnight. Sahih al-Bukhari 5591 reference 74 Hadith 17. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Habir. Allah's Messenger forbade the use of certain containers, but the Ansar said, we cannot dispense with them. The Prophet then said, if so, then use them. Sahih al-Bukhari 5592 reference 74 Hadith 18. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Abdullah bin Amr. When the Prophet forbade the use of certain containers that were used for preparing alcoholic drinks, somebody said to the Prophet, but not all the people can find skins. So he allowed them to use clay jars not covered with pitch. Sahih al-Bukhari 5593 reference 74 Hadith 19. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Ali. The Prophet forbade the use of ad-duba and al-muzafat. Amash also narrated this. Sahih al-Bukhari 5594 reference 74 Hadith 20. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Ibrahim. I asked al-Aswad, did you ask Aisha, mother of the believers, about the containers in which it is disliked to prepare non-alcoholic drinks? He said, yes. I said to her, O mother of the believers, what containers did the Prophet forbid to use for preparing non-alcoholic drinks? She said, the Prophet forbade us, his family, to prepare non-alcoholic drinks in ad-duba and al-muzafat. I asked, didn't you mention al-jar and al-hantam? She said, I tell what I have heard. Shall I tell you what I have not heard? Sahih al-Bukhari 5595 reference 74 Hadith 21. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Ash-Shabani. I heard Abdullah bin Abi Awfa saying, the Prophet forbade the use of green jars. I said, shall we drink out of white jars? He said, number. Sahih al-Bukhari 5596 reference 74 Hadith 22. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Sahl bin Sa'di. Abu Usaid as-Sa'idi invited the Prophet to his wedding banquet. At that time his wife was serving them and she was the bride. She said, do you know what kind of syrup I made for Allah's apostle? I soaked some dates in water in a bowl, overnight. Sahih al-Bukhari 5597 reference 74 Hadith 23. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Abu al-Jawairiyah. I asked Ibn Abbas about al-Badhak. He said, Muhammad peace be upon him prohibited alcoholic drinks before it was called al-Badhak, by saying, any drink that intoxicates is unlawful. I said, what about good lawful drinks? He said, apart from what is lawful and good, all other things are unlawful and not good, unclean al-Khabith. Sahih al-Bukhari 5598 reference 74 Hadith 24. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Aisha. The Prophet used to like sweet edible things and honey. Sahih al-Bukhari 5599 reference 74 Hadith 25. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Anas. While I was serving Abu Talha, Abu Dujana and Abu Sahil bin al-Baida with a drink made from a mixture of unripe and ripe dates, alcoholic drinks, were made unlawful, whereupon I threw it away, and I was their butler and the youngest of them, and we used to consider that drink as an alcoholic drink in those days. Sahih al-Bukhari 5600 reference 74 Hadith 26. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Habir. The Prophet forbade the drinking of alcoholic drinks prepared from raisins, dates, unripe dates and fresh ripe dates. Sahih al-Bukhari 5601 reference 74 Hadith 27. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Abu Qatada. The Prophet forbade the mixing of ripe and unripe dates and also the mixing of dates and raisins, for preparing a syrup. But the syrup of each kind of fruit should be prepared separately. One may have such drinks as long as it is fresh. Sahih al-Bukhari 5602 reference 74 Hadith 28. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Abu Huraira. Allah's Messenger was presented a bowl of milk and a bowl of wine on the night he was taken on a journey, al-Miraj. Sahih al-Bukhari 5603 reference 74 Hadith 29. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated al-Fadl. The people doubted whether Allah's messenger was fasting or the day of Arafat or not. So I sent a cup containing milk to him and he drank it. Sahih al-Bukhari 5604 reference 74 Hadith 30. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Habir bin Abdullah. Abu Humayd brought a cup of mix from a place called al-Naqi. Allah's messenger said to him, "Will you not cover it, even by placing a stick across it?" Sahih al-Bukhari 5605 reference 74 Hadith 31. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Habir. Abu Humayd, an Ansari man, came from Anaki carrying a cup of milk to the Prophet. The Prophet said, "Will you not cover it even by placing a stick across it?" Sahih al-Bukhari 5606 reference 74 Hadith 32. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated al-Bara. The Prophet came from Mecca with Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr said, "We passed by a shepherd and at that time Allah's messenger was thirsty. I milked a little milk in a bowl and Allah's messenger drank till I was pleased. Suraka bin Jusham came to us riding a horse, chasing us. The Prophet invoked evil upon him, whereupon Suraka requested him not to invoke evil upon him, in which case he would go back. The Prophet agreed." Sahih al-Bukhari 5607 reference 74 Hadith 33. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Abu Huraira. Allah's messenger said, "The best object of charity is a she-camel which has newly given birth and gives plenty of milk, or a she-goat which gives plenty of milk, and is given to somebody to utilize its milk by milking one bowl in the morning and one in the evening." Sahih al-Bukhari 5608 reference 74 Hadith 34. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Ibn Abbas. Allah's messenger drank milk and then rinsed his mouth and said, "It contains fat." Sahih al-Bukhari 5609 reference 74 Hadith 35. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks the Prophet added, "I was raised to the lote tree and saw 4 rivers, 2 of which were coming out and 2 going in. Those which were coming out were the Nile and the Euphrates, and those which were going in were 2 rivers in paradise. Then I was given 3 bowls, one containing milk, and another containing honey, and a third containing wine. I took the bowl containing milk and drank it. It was said to me, 'You and your followers will be on the right path of Islam.'" Sahih al-Bukhari 5610 reference 74 Hadith 36. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Anas bin Malik. Abu Talha had the largest number of date palms from amongst the Ansars of Medina. The dearest of his property to him was Bayruha garden which was facing the Prophet's mosque. Allah's messenger used to enter it and drink of its good fresh water. When the holy verse, "By no means shall you attain righteousness unless you spend, in charity, of that which you love," 3.92, was revealed, Abu Talha got up and said, "O Allah's messenger, Allah says, 'By no means shall you attain righteousness unless you spend of that which you love, and the dearest of my property to me is the Bayruha garden and I want to give it in charity in Allah's cause, seeking to be rewarded by Allah for that. So you can spend it, O Allah's messenger, wherever Allah instructs you.'" Allah's apostle said, "Good. That is a perishable, or profitable, wealth." Abdullah is in doubt as to which word was used. He said, "I have heard what you have said, but in my opinion you'd better give it to your kith and kin." Sahih al-Bukhari 5611 reference 74 Hadith 37. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks on that Abu Talha said, I will do so, O Allah's Messenger. Abu Talha distributed that garden among his kith and kin and cousins. Sahih al-Bukhari 5611 reference 74 Hadith 37. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Anas bin Malik. I saw Allah's Messenger drinking milk. He came to my house and I milked a sheep and then mixed the milk with water from the well for Allah's Messenger. He took the bowl and drank while on his left there was sitting Abu Bakr, and on his right there was a Bedouin. He then gave the remaining milk to the Bedouin and said, The right first. Sahih al-Bukhari 5612 reference 74 Hadith 38. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Habir bin Abdullah. Allah's Messenger and one of his companions entered upon an Ansari man and the Prophet said to him, If you have water kept overnight in a waterskin, give us. Otherwise we will drink water by putting our mouth in it. The man was watering his garden then. He said, O Allah's Messenger, I have water kept overnight, let us go to the shade. So he took them both there and poured water into a bowl and milked a domestic goat of his in it. Allah's Messenger drank, and then the man who had come along with him, drank. Sahih al-Bukhari 5613 reference 74 Hadith 39. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Aisha. The Prophet used to like sweet edible things, syrup, etc., and honey. Sahih al-Bukhari 5614 reference 74 Hadith 40. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated An-Natsal. Ali came to the gate of the courtyard of the mosque and drank water while he was standing and said, Some people dislike to drink while standing, but I saw the Prophet drinking water, as you have seen me doing now. Sahih al-Bukhari 5615 reference 74 Hadith 41. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated An-Natsal bin Sabra. Ali offered the Zuhr prayer and then sat down in the wide courtyard of the mosque of Kufa in order to deal with the affairs of the people till the Asr prayer became due. Then water was brought to him and he drank of it, washed his face, hands, head and feet. Then he stood up and drank the remaining water while he was standing. And said, Some people dislike to drink water while standing, thought the Prophet did as I have just done. Sahih al-Bukhari 5616 reference 74 Hadith 42. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Ibn Abbas. The Prophet drank Zamzam, water, while standing. Sahih al-Bukhari 5617 reference 74 Hadith 43. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated al-Fadl sad face, daughter of al-Harith, that she sent a bowl of milk to the Prophet while he was standing at Arafat, in the afternoon of the day of Arafat. He took it in his hands and drank it. Narrated Abu Nader. The Prophet was on the back of his camel. Sahih al-Bukhari 5618 reference 74 Hadith 44. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Anas bin Malik. Milk mixed with water was brought to Allah's Messenger while a Bedouin was on his right and Abu Bakr was on his left. He drank of it, and then gave it to the Bedouin and said, The right first. Sahih al-Bukhari 5619 reference 74 Hadith 45. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Sahl bin Sa'di. Allah's Messenger was offered something to drink. He drank of it while on his right was a boy and on his left were some elderly people. He said to the boy, May I give these elderly people first? The boy said, By Allah, O Allah's Messenger. I will not give up my share from you to somebody else. On that Allah's Messenger placed the cup in the hand of that boy. Sahih al-Bukhari 5620 reference 74 Hadith 46. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Jabir bin Abdullah. The Prophet and one of his companions entered upon an Ansari man. The Prophet and his companion greeted the man, and he replied, O Allah's Messenger, let my father and mother be sacrificed for you. It is hot, while he was watering his garden. The Prophet asked him, if you have water kept overnight in a waterskin, give us, or else we will drink by putting our mouths in the basin. The man was watering the garden. The man said, O Allah's Messenger, I have water kept overnight in a waterskin. He went to the shade and poured some water into a bowl and milked some milk from a domestic goat in it. The Prophet drank and then gave the bowl to the man who had come along with him to drink. Sahih al-Bukhari 5621 reference 74 Hadith 47. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Anas. I was waiting on my uncles, serving them with an alcoholic drink prepared from dates, and I was the youngest of them. Suddenly, it was said that alcoholic drinks had been prohibited. So they said to me, throw it away. And I threw it away. The sub-narrator said, I asked Anas what their drink was made from. He replied, from ripe dates and unripe dates. Sahih al-Bukhari 5622 reference 74 Hadith 48. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Jabir bin Abdullah. Allah's Messenger said, when night falls, or when it is evening, stop your children from going out, for the devils spread out at that time. But when an hour of the night has passed, release them and close the doors and mention Allah's name, for Satan does not open a closed door. Tie the mouth of your waterskin and mention Allah's name. Cover your containers and utensils and mention Allah's name. Cover them even by placing something across it, and extinguish your lamps. Sahih al-Bukhari 5623 reference 74 Hadith 49. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Jabir. Allah's Messenger said, extinguish the lamps when you go to bed. Close your doors. Tie the mouths of your waterskins, and cover the food and drinks. I think he added, even with a stick you place across the container. Sahih al-Bukhari 5624 reference 74 Hadith 50. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. Allah's Messenger forbade the bending of the mouths of waterskins for the sake of drinking from them. Sahih al-Bukhari 5625 reference 74 Hadith 51. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. I heard Allah's Messenger forbidding the drinking of water by bending the mouths of waterskins, that is, drinking from the mouths directly. Sahih al-Bukhari 5626 reference 74 Hadith 52. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Abu Huraira. Allah's Messenger forbade drinking directly from the mouth of a waterskin or other leather containers, and forbade preventing one's neighbor from fixing a peg in the wall of one's house. Sahih al-Bukhari 5627 reference 74 Hadith 53. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Abu Huraira. The Prophet forbade the drinking of water directly from the mouth of a waterskin. Sahih al-Bukhari 5628 reference 74 Hadith 54. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Ibn Abbas. The Prophet forbade the drinking of water direct from the mouth of a waterskin. Sahih al-Bukhari 5629 reference 74 Hadith 55. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Abu Qatada. Allah's Messenger said, when you drink water, do not breath in the vessel. And when you urinate, do not touch your penis with your right hand. And when you cleanse yourself after defecation, do not use your right hand. Sahih al-Bukhari 5630 reference 74 Hadith 56. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Thumama bin Abdullah. Anas used to breathe twice or thrice in the vessel while drinking, and used to say that the Prophet used to take 3 breaths while drinking. Sahih al-Bukhari 5631 reference 74 Hadith 57. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Ibn Abi Layla. While Hadiths was at Madain, he asked for water. The chief of the village brought him a silver vessel. Hadiths threw it away and said, I have thrown it away because I told him not to use it, but he has not stopped using it. The Prophet forbade us to wear clothes of silk or dibaj, and to drink in gold or silver utensils, and said, these things are for them, unbelievers, in this world, and for you, Muslims, in the hereafter. Sahih al-Bukhari 5632 reference 74 Hadith 58. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Hadiths. The Prophet said, do not drink in gold or silver utensils, and do not wear clothes of silk or dibaj, for these things are for them, unbelievers, in this world and for you in the hereafter. Sahih al-Bukhari 5633 reference 74 Hadith 59. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Salam a sad face. The wife of the Prophet, Allah's Messenger said, he who drinks in silver utensils is only filling his abdomen with hellfire. Sahih al-Bukhari 5634 reference 74 Hadith 60. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated al-Bara bin Azib. Allah's Messenger ordered us to do 7 things and forbade us from 7. He ordered us to visit the sick, to follow funeral processions, to say, to a sneezer, may Allah bestow His mercy on you, if he says, praise be to Allah, to accept invitations, to greet everybody, to help the oppressed and to help others to fulfill their oaths. He forbade us to wear gold rings, to drink in silver utensils, to use ma'athir, silken carpets placed on saddles, to wear al-kisi, a kind of silken cloth, to wear silk, dibaj or istabrak, 2 kinds of silk. Sahih al-Bukhari 5635 reference 74 Hadith 61. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated al-Fadl. That the people were in doubt whether the Prophet was fasting on the day of Arafat or not, so a wooden drinking vessel full of milk was sent to him, and he drank it. Sahih al-Bukhari 5636 reference 74 Hadith 62. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Sahl bin Sa'di. An Arab lady was mentioned to the Prophet, so he asked Abu Usaid as Sa'idi to send for her, and he sent for her and she came and stayed in the castle of Bani Sa'ida. The Prophet came out and went to her and entered upon her. Behold, it was a lady sitting with a drooping head. When the Prophet spoke to her, she said, I seek refuge with Allah from you. He said, I grant you refuge from me. They said to her, do you know who this is? She said, number. They said, this is Allah's Messenger who has come to command your hand in marriage. She said, I am very unlucky to lose this chance. Then the Prophet and his companions went towards the shed of Bani Sa'ida and sat there. Then he said, give us water, O Sahl. So I took out this drinking bowl and gave them water in it. The sub-narrator added, Sahl took out for us that very drinking bowl and we all drank from it. Later on Umar bin Abdul Aziz requested Sahl to give it to him as a present, and he gave it to him as a present. Sahih al-Bukhari 5637 reference 74 Hadith 63. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Asim al-Awal. I saw the drinking bowl of the Prophet with Anas bin Malik, and it had been broken, and he had mended it with silver plates. That drinking bowl was quite wide and made of nadar wood. Anas said, I gave water to the Prophet in that bowl more than so and so, for a long period. Ibn Sirin said, around that bowl there was an iron ring, and Anas wanted to replace it with a silver or gold ring. But Abu Talha said to him, do not change a thing that Allah's Messenger has made. So Anas left it as it was. Sahih al-Bukhari 5638 reference 74 Hadith 64. Sahih al-Bukhari. Drinks narrated Habir bin Abdullah. I was with the Prophet and the time for the Asr prayer became due. We had no water with us except a little which was put in a vessel and was brought to the Prophet. He put his hand into it and spread out his fingers and then said, come along. Hurry up, all those who want to perform ablution. The blessing is from Allah. I saw the water gushing out from his fingers. So the people performed the ablution and drank, and I tried to drink more of that water, beyond my thirst and capacity. For I knew that it was a blessing. The sub-narrator said, I asked Habir, how many persons were you then? He replied, we were 1,400 men. Salim said, Habir said, 1,500. Sahih al-Bukhari 5639 reference 74 Hadith 65.